All right, here we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to Today to Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. A beautiful Friday. We have a nice summer breeze blowing and lots of great stuff to get to. Real quick, let's recap Thursday's live racing. It was a big day. First of all, how about our leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, getting away at a couple real nice prices yesterday. He won on a first-time starter for Ned Allard. That was Riverhawk, paid $23, and then came right back with the Ann Merriman horse, Epic Idea, and that was the first of three nice maiden special weight races yesterday. Epic Idea, you had that horse. You liked that horse.
Yeah,
we had a video spotlight of that filly on the early show. We showed it again before race 3, and Epic Idea still gets away at a nice price, an $18 winner for McCarthy. So McCarthy with two big price winners, and then you had the big Kelly Rubley freak in race 7.
Yeah, Trevor.
Trevor.
I'd like to know his ROI right now over the last couple of weeks. He's had a couple big payouts, and you're getting back-to-back. The double was a little light. Somebody, tagged the Trevor double. I think that came back 111. But Riverhawk, though, for Allard, he went and searched, got Trevor.
Yep.
Good aggressive ride, laid right outside the other horse and took command at the 8th pole and won clear under a drive. But Arafana for Kelly Rubley by Curl, and we talked about the family on the bottom side.
Right.
Ultra productive, and boy, she looks like she could be any kind. Preliminary buyer of 70, but she did it so easily. She's got more in the tank. Just, Julian just kind of settled, circled 5-6 wide, and it was over by the time they hit the top of the stretch. He just cruised home, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's in store for Arafana.
All right, so some big performances yesterday by the horses, some big payouts yesterday. The early pick 5, that paid $2,000. Late pick 5 paid a little over $1,100. The late pick 5 paid a night. We're going to have a carryover in the pick 6 today. We'll show you that in a second, but today's Stronach 5-day, the popular national wager with that guaranteed $100,000 pool. Industry low, 12% takeout on the Stronach 5. It's going to start right here today at Laurel Park, race 8 at about 5:05 Eastern time. Then Laurel Park, race 9 is the second leg. Then we go down the Gulfstream Park, race 8 for leg C. Back to Laurel Park, race 10 for leg D, and then back to Gulfstream, race 9 for leg E. So that's the lineup for today's Stronach 5. I'll have a ticket. Tim Tulloch will have a ticket. Everybody should take a shot at that Stronach 5. 3 legs of the Stronach 5 right here today at Laurel Park. You can study our tickets right now online, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. So that's Stronach 5. That's going to start race 8. The Rainbow Pick 6 carryover, that's growing. That's going to start race 5 today. And there's the carryover, $13,508, and another challenging sequence today for the Rainbow Pick 6.
If I'm not mistaken, I glanced up on the board yesterday. There was one live ticket to the morning line favorite, if I wasn't mistaken. 13.
What, in the last race yesterday?
Yeah.
I left after race 6 last night to go do the radio show. So
man, tough beat for that.
I don't know.
Tough beat for that better. I mean, unfortunately, that horse couldn't get the lead. I thought he was going to be the controlling speed, but none. Was right on the engine after being several lengths back in debut. Showed improved speed and took the pressure and kicked clear.
All right, so it all means a nice carryover today in the Rainbow Pick 6. Tomorrow, the Beat the Heat handicapping tournament continues. It started last Saturday. The winner received over $600. The Maryland Jockey Club is going to seed the prize pool with $500 cash each week. That's like finding $500 on the ground. It's a $10 entry fee. 100% of the entry fee goes towards the prize, so that's added to the $500. All right, so it started last Saturday, and it goes every Saturday through August 17th. This is part of the year-long Maryland Jockey Club handicapping series. You can visit guest services for more information. Also, more information on the website, laurelpark.com. Also, one of the biggest handicapping tournaments of the year, Saturday, August 17th, right here at Laurel Park. It's the Champions Handicapping Tournament, guaranteed over $33,000 in prizes for this tournament. It's also a qualifying event for the NHC. That's the National Horse Players Championship, the Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge, and the big one, handicapping tournament. That's for some big money. That's right here at Laurel Park. So it's a $100 entry fee and a $200 tournament bankroll. You keep your bankroll, plus you get $1,500 at least if you win this Champions Handicapping Tournament. More information about this right now. You can sign up for it right now. It fills up quick. LaurelPark.com for the Champions Handicapping Tournament. And what a day Saturday, August 17th is going to be. You have the Handicapping Tournament, which is a very popular day, and then as part of Maryland Pride Day on Saturday, August 17th, you're going to have 4 Maryland bred stakes, a T-shirt giveaway, live music, live racing, pony rides, petting zoo. There's going to be a monster final Saturday to close out the summer meet.
That's looking awfully good.
Yeah.
And, and it's nice. That Champions Handicapping Tournament brings handicappers in from all over the country. They're just not local. They target this tournament and trying to make their way on to bigger and better things.
Well, exactly. You can win good money. And it's a big qualifying tournament for the big dances in the country. So mark your calendars now for Saturday, August 17th. You can find out more about Maryland Pride Day, the Champions Handicapping Tournament, and all the upcoming events. LaurelPark.com has all the events for the rest of the year, and we have a lot of them, so check it out. So that's what's going on this weekend. Let's get right to it today. We have a nice 10-race card to get to. There's both tracks. Beautiful. We're fast and firm, right? Can't ask for better conditions
fast
than
and
that.
firm, and a little lean towards speed on that turf course yesterday, Stan. For the most part, you wanted to be up close. I know it was Janelle Dreams came on very, very late to get the place in that race where Valora Testerman had the winner.
You had that horse on top, 9-2 shot on top.
Yeah, who you're going to call. But for the most part, Stan, if you noticed, the trend, the speed was holding quite well on this turf course.
All right, so Laurie Testament on top and Merriman on top. You had a big day yesterday. You were all around there, the early pick four.
We should have had that. It was a little bit of a miss punch, but you'll have that those days. Still paid well. I think it was over 400 that early pick four. So, we try to do our homework on here and lead them to the water.
Yeah. I'm due to give out a big one. Let's see if we can do it today. Let's take a look here. Race 1 kicks off the popular early pick 5. It's a mandatory payout on this early pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. Let's check out my early pick 5 ticket, a $36 play. I used a 1-3-5 here in the opener. My single, my best bet of the day, comes in race 2, a nice $5,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. We're going 7 furlongs, and I'm going to single on the 5, Bobby G, for trainer Jose Corrales. What a nice claim this has been for Jose Corrales. Got this 5-year-old son of Awesome again for $5,000 last February right here at Laurel Park. He's won 1, 2, 3 big allowance races with this horse. He's made a bunch of money this year. I think Bobby G in a nice spot today with Horacio Caramano. So I'll single on the 5, Bobby G, in race 2. And that gives me some pretty good coverage for races 3, 4, and 5. You can study that ticket some more, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section has all of our tickets and our picks for today and tomorrow. So here we go. Race 1, we're on the main track going 7 furlongs, claiming 16,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 3 lifetime or straight 3-year-old fillies here in the opener. And you have the 2 on top. Let's start right there. The 2 is Close the Deal for trainer Bill Comlow. You have a stat for trainer Bill Comlow. Let's check it out here.
Yeah, it's short of field. We're going to try for a bigger price. I think this race is absolutely wide open. This little angle stood out. Not a huge sample. Bill Comlow doesn't run a slew of horses. Past 3 years dirt, 2 for 9 and 4 for 9 in the money. Third off of a layoff on the dirt. ROI of over $3. Close the Deal is 1 at the 7 furlong distance. Third race off the layoff. I think this horse will be poised to stalk and pounce off the 2 speeds. Allison K, the 4, and the 3 determined mission. They look like the speeds of this race. I think Ragtop made a pretty good middle move in latest. Backing up to the 7 furlongs is going to be a good move for her. I just got to try for a little bit of a price at 2. Close the Deal. Ragtop, Turkmenistan, another one. Second off Acclaim, turf to dirt, shortening up. Blinkers go on. Trying a bunch of different things here. Tony Ferrier with this 4-year-old by Candy Ride. This horse should be rolling late as well. So try to open it up with a good score.
Well, we both like the 1. I didn't use the 2, though. Close the Deal, but Comlow does well with the small outfit. It is third off the layoff for this filly who's won here before at Laurel Park. Had a nice win last summer against Starter Allowance. She's getting a drop today, and you're getting a nice price. My top pick, the one Ragtop, is going to be one of your favorites. She's getting a drop in class today as well. She's a two-time winner here at Laurel Park. She's coming out of a tough race where she was a good third that day behind a next out winner that was going a mile. I love the cutback today to 7 furlongs for the one Ragtop, and she's her third race back this summer after having a little time off earlier this year.
A little maintenance work before this race. She had 2 races back off a short freshening. She was a little too keen. That's not her game. She wants to sit a little bit further off the pace. She did last time. An okay middle move. Came against a little bit better horses. Monaco Princess came back to run an 84 next time out at Parks for Claudia. She absolutely galloped next time out. Actually, another horse, I think the last place finisher out of that race, also came back to win. So out of a key race is the one Ragtop.
All right, so I have the favorite on top. I don't use close the deal, but you have a nice price horse on top there for live connections to kick off the early pick 5. The early pick 4 starts in race 2, one of our features of the day, a nice $5,000 starter allowance condition, 7 furlongs on the main track. We start the early pick 4. You have a ticket.
Yes.
Let's check it out, see how you played it.
Yeah, we've been really close on these. Actually hit one the other day for a good score. 256 to get you started. I'm going to use both of Jose Corrales' horse along with Regal Quality, the 6. 2 deep in the third with the 1 and the 6 Galerio, showing a lot of promise here for Kevin Boniface. 4th race spread a little deeper. I think this is a really tough race. 1, 4, 5, 7. 5th race, 3, 8, and 9 to wrap it up. Another race where you could basically hit the all button in race 5 if you can afford it. Grab a friend, maybe shorten a little bit further up on that ticket. That 5th race is a bear. $36 is our cost for the early pick 4.
All right, let's take a look here. Race 2, we have lots of stuff to show you here. Race 2 also starts the rolling super high 5. That's a low 15% takeout. Every race with 7 or more horses, so keep your eye on that throughout the day. All right, a salty group of campaigners here. Race 2, my best bet of the day is the 5 Bobby G. So let's start there. I pick him on top. You pick him third. Nice claim. Corrales got him for $5,000 back in February. Won first off the claim. Has won a couple nice races since then. Won a nice nickel starter going 2 turns back in April. Just got beat at this level going a mile on June 1st. Then they tried a tough starter handicap up there at Monmouth where he ran okay. He was an okay 4th up there. But back to his home track where he trains for Corrales. He's 4 wins, 2 seconds from 6 starts here at Laurel Park. So he's going to be a main factor in the final strides with a top journeyman rider like Horacio Caramanos.
You don't see too many times horses off a claim for a nickel, 2 in life, jump up and pair up mid-80s type of numbers. Yep. Bobby G did that. And Monmouth, I'll forgive that last race. A little bit of maybe of a speed favoring track. For the most part, it's been in years all in my memory. It just fell a little too far back and couldn't make a run into it. 7 furlongs is the key. It's a little too short for Bobby G. I go to the other Corrales to 2 Parade of Nations. I don't see a lot of legit speed, Stan, in this 7 furlong race. This horse 3 for 3 at the 7 furlong distance. Last time out, a little trouble. Had to ease back off of much better horses. Toss it out, wheeling back quick. I like that. The controlling speed, the 2 Parade of Nations.
Yeah, he's a perfect 3 for 3 going 7 furlongs. An 8-time winner here at Laurel Park. 2nd race back this summer after having the early part of the summer off. So he's fresh and rested, ready to go. I use him. Looks like we have the same 4 horses here in race 2. A nice nickel starter to kick off that early pick 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 3 on the Big Ten race program today. We're going a flat mile main track. Maiden claiming 40,000 3-year-olds and upward. The 6 Galerio going to be a popular favorite here. We both have him on top for trainer Kevin Boniface. Trevor McCarthy had a 2-win day yesterday. McCarthy, our leading rider, he's on the favorite here. Let's take a look at the last race for Galleria. Maryland bred by Jumpstart. Here's the race from July 7th.
Yeah, and the Creative Budgeting, not a bad horse. And Galerio forced the issue, then pinned down inside of Creative Budgeting, the 6-5 favorite that afternoon. But Trevor all over him, asking for everything he's got, and he's really giving his all. He's trying hard all the way from the quarter pole to the wire. Just going to be second best. So doesn't give up, but maybe about a length and a half through the final 1/8 of a mile. He's going to be clear of the 3rd place finisher, Frost Song. But Galerio with this outside draw today with a couple other speeds, I don't think he necessarily needs to be right on it. I think he'll be sitting just off of it with Trevor, make a solid middle move, and proves best today. Gets over and gets through the maiden ranks. Galerio, this horse is really trying hard. That 2-back try was good as well.
Yeah, so we both have him on top. Good-looking effort there. He's well-seasoned to break his maiden today. This will be his third time going long.
Yep.
So he's going to have the fitness and the experience edge over the other favored. But the 4 Hello Amigo 8-5 morning line here for Rodney Jenkins. A home run for Hillwood Stable by Bandbox. So Rodney knows this whole family well. This horse had to break from the 1 hole in debut. That's tough to do. Overcame that, showed some speed, in a game second that day going 6 furlongs. Now the stretch out to a mile in his second start. We know Rodney will have the horse ready to go. Victor Carrasco's regular rider will ride it. This horse is going to be part of the early pace here.
Certainly.
Hello, Amigo.
No doubt.
Can he get the mile, though?
Yeah, that's the key. That's asking a lot. Right out to the 1-turn mile in the second start. Was hounded by 2 horses to his outside all the way around the turn. A good second and debut behind Messiah Man. But looking at the breeding, everything kind of still leans a little bit sprint. I know the second Damn Hello Liberty was a good one. Was able to stretch out and just got beaten at Grade 1 in the Grade 1 Acorn back in her heyday. But Hello Amigo, certainly a pace factor throughout. Wouldn't be a surprise. I just give a slight edge to Galerio with the stamina. I'm also going to toss in the 1 Snidely. I think Snidely's going to make a run from the back of the pack. Numbers have improved since being moved into the Kieran McGee barn off the claim. 3 races back. Reported first-time gelding. This horse will rally into it with fear of a Lynch.
Yeah, I like him first-time gelding. That's going to move him up, I think. So, all right, we like the same few horses on top there in race 3. Race 4 starts the middle pick 4. Big field on the turf here in the 4th. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Exceller turf course. Rail at 70 feet. Claiming 12,500. Filia mares 3 and up. Wide open claimer here.
Yeah.
I go with the 5 on top here. Casita Rica for trainer Ricardo D'Angelo. The barn had a win first off the claim yesterday. You showed that stat in the early show yesterday. So Tim Tulloch speaks highly of this barn. He's having a big year. I go with the 5 on top here. Second off the layoff, ran an okay third at this level. Last out, Shift from Magician, who was second in that race, comes back to win. So I think the 5, Casita Rica, comes out of a strong race. You have her on top as well.
I do. I really struggle with this morning line. I could be all over the place with this one. I just thought, secret or not, you see Caramanos on the turf dropping in class. I think some money will come in on the 1. Wouldn't surprise me if this 5 drops down lower than that 9-2, maybe in the 3-1 range as well. But seeing the way the speed was yesterday on the turf, the way he was holding, I like the way she held last time out. I think she can stretch it. Emelina just hasn't been the same mare on the turf. She hasn't shown that blistering early pace that she used to have. If Casita Rica can clear or maybe settle just outside of a rival, I think she can get it done here in the 4th.
How about that? I use the 8 in my exacta here. Trevor McCarthy takes the call on Capuchin for Milan Milosevic, and I had this horse when this mare, when she was a filly, I had her like 30-40 to 1 when she broke her maiden in a maiden special weight. I had her on the pick 6. I'm going to take down the pick 6. My single gets beat by guess who? Arnaud Delacour and Centeno. I was singling on my man Rick Violet that day. But so I've known Capucine pretty well for a while now, and she's consistent. She won at Delaware back in June, got taken down. The Open 16,000 last out, a little too tough. Now a good drop today and picks up McCarthy. So she could be right there, I think, in this mix.
I think you're going to see Trevor from the outside post, let the couple horses just inside of her go. He'll draft in, be able to save you as much ground as possible. Going to give you a good ride. Will she have the finish to get it over the top in race 4? Secret or not, she's won off of a 188-day layoff. That was back in 17. Now she's coming off a layoff of over 280 days, but gets class relief, draws inside, tactical speed. Will she come up a little bit short of the mile 16 distance? It's asking a lot, but I think the relief is really going to put her in a good spot this afternoon. 5-1-4-7. Secret Temple likes Laurel. She's not really kind of run back to those kind of races, but returning to Laurel could get her close to those numbers. So I think she's a factor from off the pace.
All right, so we both have the 5, Casita Rica, on top there in race 4 to start that middle pick 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. We're right on time. The Rainbow Pick 6 has a nice carryover, starts in race 5. That's over $13,000. Stronach 5 with that big guaranteed $100,000 pool. That starts in race 8. We'll check it all out right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 19th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races, a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. Enjoy a full day of racing, including on-track entertainment between races. Don't miss the hat contest, 3 categories and wonderful prizes. It'll be fun for all at Laurel Park, Saturday, October 19th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
No hurt.
All right, welcome back. Nice carryover in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. It continues to grow. There it is, $13,508. Starts in race 5 today on the Big Ten race program. My co-host in the afternoon, Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket. Let's check it out real quick, see how he played it. He comes up with a single, a $43 20-cent ticket. You can study this ticket and all of our tickets some more, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, let's take a look at his single. That's going to come in race 7. That's our feature of the day. A nice 2 other than, make this a 3 other than allowance race, going 6 furlongs on the main track. Some nice sprinters in here, and he goes with the 3 Wonderful Light, 9-5. That's your 9-5 favorite there. Race 7, Victor Carrasco rides the 3 Wonderful Light for trainer Michelle Nevin. You have a stat for Michelle Nevin. We'll show you that stat when we get to race 7. So the 3 Wonderful Light is Tim's single on this Rainbow Pick 6 ticket. Again, you can study that ticket more online, laurelpark.com. All right, let's take a look here. Race 5, a tricky maiden claiming $25,000 for 2-year-old fillies, 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game turf course, rail at 17 feet. The conditions alone scream wide open for this race. Well, we have a nice 8-horse field, no scratches. All right. And, I have her on top. You use her a little bit. The 5, What a Tart, first-time starter for Hammy Smith. We've seen this formula before. He teams up with his brother, Gory Smith, from the Ellery Training Center down there in Ellery, South Carolina. That's where this filly was bred. She's by done talking, so you know she was well prepared down there at Ellery even before she came up here to Laurel, and some okay works here at Laurel Park. Nothing too special, but she's well spotted for the debut. Maiden $25,000. You get 7 pounds off with the good apprentice rider Avery Wisman. So I'll take a shot with a barn that can win first time out with 2-year-olds all day long. So I'll go with the 5, What a Tart on top.
Yeah, half to a 4-time winner and a debut winner, 4-time turf winner, I should say. We saw the half sib run yesterday. The 4-year-old who was a little bit late to the races made a belated run in debut, so that gives you a little bit of confidence for the 5. What a Tart. I go to the outside in a race. If you can hit the all button, if you can afford it, maybe you pick 3s or pick 4s. This is a race to do it. I'm not sold on the morning line favorite, the 6 Shanna's Gray. Let's look at this 9. Princess Kerrigan comes out of a race where the internals 22-4, 45 and change on the dirt. For that $25,000 level, showed a little speed, was down inside, took the worst of it, a little bit of a fade. We're going to add Lasix, though. We're by Stormy Atlantic. It's about 15% of his turf sprinters out of a mizzen-masked mare. This is turf on turf to me. With that experience, I think it's a dead send for Jen Miller. Go ahead and try to clear the field and control it up top.
Well, if she can break sharp, she'll show speed on the outside and get a good chip. I didn't use her. She stopped in her debut, but she is getting first-time Lasix today. It might move forward on the turf with that good turf pedigree that you mentioned. Naughty Thoughts, who was 3rd in the race she's coming out of, came back to win. So strong race there last out for Princess Kerrigan. You'll get a decent price on that filly. All the money, most of the money is going to go your favorite here. The 6 Shannon's Gray, Jamie Ness factor. Angel Cruz won a race yesterday. And this filly by Palace, she ran well in debut. She was bet down to one of the favorites at Delaware in the slop. Maiden $25,000 with an apprentice rider, and she rallied up the rail to finish 2nd. So she has some good experience. A better outside post today than she had up at Delaware, and you get a journeyman rider aboard. So now she's going to have to like the turf. That's a bit of a question mark. Your filly on top probably has some better turf pedigree, but I'll take a shot here with Jamie Ness in the 6 Shannon's Gray.
I'm going to also use the 8 West Coast Sky. A little interesting scenario here. Sheldon Russell winds up on the 8. Newer trainer John Ennis, a new face, right?
Right.
Down at Turfside training. I think there's some correlation maybe between him and O'Dwyer, if I'm not mistaken. I might have seen something somewhere online. But, Sky Kingdoms, These are new. The 2-year-olds are new. Has had one of the offspring has run on the turf sprinting. Ran second, I believe, at Delaware for Pecoraro. Just an interesting move. This horse comes in with some good works down there in Kentucky. Little stranger. Sheldon gets the call. I'm going this way. I'm going to go with the 8 West Coast Sky.
All right, I don't know much about the barn. Coming up from Kentucky, 3 for 51 this year. They get a live rider, though, Sheldon Russell on the 8 West Coast Sky. You'll get a nice price on that filly for sure. The 4, how about the 4, the other Hammy Smith filly in here? This filly's by Seville. She should like the turf. Xavier Perez will ride. She comes into the debut off a nice 5 furlong workout here, right here at Laurel Park. So I think Hammy's live with both of his first-time starters in race 5.
First foal out of this mare, Kohanya, who did run a 64 on the turf. I'll also throw the 3 in here for Schoenthal, Tapping My Heart. I'll just toss the debut. Really didn't run a lick. Caught wide early, but no real speed. But out of a mare, lying down on me, was 5 for 17, sprinting on the grass. I believe was one of those restricted Virginia bred stakes winners. Ran pretty quick, upwards of an 80, and made close to $200,000. I think you'll see improvement from the 3, Tapping My Heart, moving to the lawn for the first time.
All right, and the 2, Bria and Gigi's entered main track only, so we're going to have 8 2-year-old fillies here in race 5 to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. It's wide open. You said maybe hit the all button here in race 5. You have a nice 10-1 shot on top. All right, late pick 5 starts in race 6, one of our features of the day. You've already done the homework for the pick 6. Jump back in here for this late pick 5. No carryover. They hit it yesterday, paid a little over $1,100. Industry low, 12% takeout on all the pick 5s around here at Laurel Park. Let's take a look here. Race 6, we're going 9 furlongs on the Exceller Turf Course. Rail at 70 feet. Nice third level allowance condition. Optional claiming $50,000 for filly and mares 3 and up. The 2, My Sister's Ledge, I have on top. You pick her second. We have a video spotlight to show you this Maryland bred for the Banner family and trainer Mike Trombetta. Here's the race from last July 2018. A big win this day for My Sister's Ledge.
Yeah, you see the comment, patient ride, just got up. Sheldon Russell, a beautiful ride here this afternoon. Is going to be able to run down the leader. That was Enthrall, I believe, out on top. But a strong charge from My Sister's Ledge. The 8 horse to get up right there in the last jump. Boom. Gets it done on the outside of her. You see closing was quick-witted. A little bit of a rematch this afternoon. They both fit. The mile and an 8th distance, My Sister's Ledge has not been beaten at that distance. She's 2 for 2 coming out of a strong race. Valedictorian, who beat her up at Monmouth's, a good, really good horse, a multiple graded stakes winner, I think, for Kelly Breen. So not a lot of true speed. I'm hoping she can get within a couple lengths turning for a home and bring that run that we saw just there on that video. I'm going to use the 5 as well. The Stranger, the first time in here for North America. Beautiful memory for Stidham. The LASIK stat sticks out for me, 30% with a positive ROI. I went back on the page, that 3rd race back in France, September of 18. Wins clear at a mile on the turf, going away. Second place finisher recently has run well, has run second in some handicap races. So I think that bodes well. The competition is there. We key up against the right kind. Stidham, Sheldon Russell, they team up and maybe get it done here. New strange face here in race 6.
Yeah, sure. Well, shows up in the royal blue of Godolphin, so she's no stumble bum. And Mike Stidham having a big summer. So I just did not get to the 5. I had the 2 on top. You liked the Trombetta winner up at Saratoga yesterday, didn't you?
We did.
Right?
Yeah, Frosted Rose. Yeah, got the job done. Had an encouraging debut here at Laurel, and came from well back yesterday with Rosario. Yeah.
All right, so the Barnes are already having a big week. Had a nice win at Saratoga yesterday. I think this mare's sitting on a top race right now. 3rd off the layoff this year. She's just a nice 5-year-old mare. By Etch, they made a bunch of money. They made over $300,000 for her. She won the Maryland Million Ladies, going 9 furlongs on the yielding turf last October. They're setting her back up to defend that title. Pimentel's going to get a beautiful ground-saving trip. The 2, My Sister's Ledge, I think, sitting on a monster performance. So I use her on top. I didn't get to the Stidham horse, the 5. The 3, though, Madam X. How about Madam X? Second off the layoff last out. She fired an 89 Buyer speed figure last out on a yielding turf course. 2 other than allowance company with Jorge Riaz aboard. Riaz back aboard today for Susan Cooney, who's having a solid year. Madam X, a 2-time winner on the Laurel grass off that big 89 Beyer speed figure, and that puts her right there moving up the third level allowance company today. She'll be a nice price.
I got to see it one more time. That was on a yielding turf course, and she just exploded. She went by them like they were all tied to a tree and just went off and hit. 89 Beyer, can she come back and bring that race back? I'm thinking she's going to need a little bit softer ground to do it, and she's not going to get that kind of course today. But we're always pulling for Susan Cooney. Nobody works harder in this game than Susan Cooney. So the 6 quick-witted, I think you've got to use her. I think she can make one more move up to it, and even Guayaba for Delacour. Let's see if McCarthy gets aggressive. We talked about not a lot of flow in this race. Will he try to put her up to the front?
All right, so a nice third-level allowance feature of the day. Filly managed 9 furlongs on the Exceller turf, rail 70 feet there in race 6. Another feature here in race 7. How about this? Back-to-back third-level allowance races 6 and 7 today to anchor this Big Ten race card. Race 7 starts the late pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track, and they're going to go fast. 3 other than optional claiming 50,000 here in race 7. I have the 4 on top. Let's start right there. All right, I have the 4 on top. We have a video spotlight of Colonel Sharp. 5-2 morning line. He's third choice morning line in this race because the 1 and the 3 are going to take a lot of money. But here's Colonel Sharp, stakes winning the Dave's Friend with a 100 Beyer speed figure last December.
This is about as good as it gets for Colonel Sharp. With hounded the speed to the outside, he's going to go clear and dig in to hold firm to get it done. In the Dave's Friend by ahead. Altissimo makes a strong run up the rail. That was a shipper from the from the Midwest, I should say. Almost got it done there late. But Colonel Sharp, he hasn't quite coming back to that race. But 4th race now off a little bit of a layoff. He's got positional speed. He's going to have it in this short field. Likes Laurel Park. He's got 3 wins out of 10 starts. He's around it. I think he's going to hound the speed of the 1, share the ride. But I've got a stat for the 3, Wonderful Light. I know Tim's got this guy as a single on his pick 6 ticket, but here's Michelle Nevin, last 3 years on the dirt. 7 for 17, 41% and 11 for 17 in the money. Second off of a layoff optional claimers. That's what we've got today with an ROI of, just call it 350. Wonderful Light comes out of that Rumson Stakes, out of the same race as Share the Ride last time out. This will be second time off a little bit of a layoff. Wonderful Light, never been off the board at 6. I think he's going to go ahead and sit just off the speeds and reel him in.
Well, a well-managed 5-year-old, a lot of lines in the PPs, but like you said, he's never been off the board, so you can't fault the campaign here for Wonderful Light. Nice stat there. Second off the layoff, dropping from a stakes race. He'll be tough. I use him in my exact. I'm just going Colonel Sharp. This is his home track here for Hugh McMahon. But Wonderful Light going to be awfully tough with Victor Carrasco, the 1 share the ride for Jorge Duarte and Colts Neck Stables. Toledo is going to ride his 4-year-old son a Candy Ride. He fired a 94 Beyer against Allowance Company at Parks back in May, coming off the layoff, and then needed a little time. Was third, comes out of the same stake race, the Rumson last out up there at Monmouth on July 4th.
This guy's got talent, no doubt about it. How about 8 for 8 in the money, 4 wins out of 8, won 50%. He's right, I think, on it. Out of that 5 furlong race, he's got nowhere to go but just go from inside. And he'll have to take some pressure, but, man, he's got some talent.
Only 5 in here, but this is going to be one tough sprint. We're kind of all over. We have the same 3 on top, but in a different order. I used the 5, Sunny Inspired, a stakes winner here at Laurel Park for Schoenthal. He can show up and run a big race. Third off the layoff as an 8-year-old with Sheldon Russell. And then you have the 2, Struth, who's run some monster races before. And Struth runs first off the claim today for Lacey Gaudet. He's fresh and rested. He could jump up and run a big one.
Yeah, and protected, right? He's not in for the tag, if I'm not mistaken.
He's protected, right?
Yep.
Not in for the tag, nope.
All right.
All right, so nice third-level allowance sprint there to kick off that late pick 4, race 7. Here we go. Race 8's going to be well played. Race 8's going to be a popular race throughout the whole country. It kicks off the popular national wager, the Stronach 5, with that $100,000 guarantee and that industry-low 12% takeout. We had 43 winning tickets for a big price last Friday. It pays well each and every Friday. Let's take a look at the lineup. Laurel Park Race 8. At about 5:05 Eastern time, we'll start the Stronach 5. Then Laurel Park Race 9 is leg B. Then we go to Gulfstream Park Race 8 for leg C. Back to Laurel Park for race 10 is leg D. Then we wrap it up. Gulfstream Park Race 9 is leg E. I have a ticket. Let's check it out real quick. a $72 ticket for the Stronach 5. You can study this ticket some more, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. And we've had a couple big scratches in the first couple legs of the Stronach 5. Race 8 scratched the one Kosher Contract, who was your 4-1 morning line favorite in race 8. So now I was going to single on Kosher Contract, but he's out, so I end up going 4 deep in the first leg. I used the 4, 5, 6, 7. The 4 Zitarosa is my top pick, but he's not going to get an easy lead. There's some other speed in here, so it could set it up nicely for a closure like the 5 or the 6 or the 7. So I go 4, 5, 6, 7 to kick it off. All right, and then another big scratch, Laurel Park, race 9, scratched the 3 Bourbon and Ice at 3-1, who I had on top. So I go 3 deep there with the 1, 4, 7, the 1 Big Boots, my top pick. I think the 7's live at a decent price for Dale Capuano, Mice and Men. And then we go to Lake C, Gulfstream Park. There's a couple of heavy favorites in there. The 3, My Francesca at 8-5. And then the 4, Slingin' Sammy B at 9-5. So I'll use both the 3, 4 there. And then Laurel Park race 10's leg D. Nice starter allowance going a mile on the bowl game turf course. I go 3 deep there. The 2 Maryland Pride's going to be tough, but the 7 Jag with McCarthy looks tough, and the 8 Seville Barbara with Toledo looks tough. So I go 3 deep there. And there comes my single, leg E, Gulfstream Park race 9. I single on the 7 Captain Ron, your 5-2 morning line favorite there in the final leg. So $72 ticket. Couple key scratches to kick it off. I had to go back to the drawing board and redo all my tickets.
Might have helped the cost of the ticket, though, too. Helped you bring it down a little bit.
Yep.
This is not an easy sequence. We could have a really big payout for the Stronach 5, so do not get shut out on that bet.
Well, it's a race 8. Take out the 1, 2, and the 9. It's a 6. Claiming 16,000. Never won 2 life, 3 and up. Going 5.5 furlongs on the main track. And, yeah, the 1 Kosher Contract is out. That's who I had on top. So I end up on the 4 Zitarosa on top. Likely going to go right to the front, but it's not going to get an easy lead. Me, Darlin Cara kind of woke up last out with first-time blinkers and went to the front. And you probably figure that horse is going to send from the outside today. Major Flirt, your top pick, might get a nice benefit of an early pace battle here. Major Flirt's going to get a nice stalking trip. I was just a little concerned of the big drop here for the 7 Major Flirts. Let's start there with your top pick.
Just taking a shot here. I think the horse dropping back down comes out of a race with multiple winners out of that 3-year race back to a 2 in life. They thought enough of this horse to give it a little bit of a race. It didn't quite pan out. But there is so much speed in here. He's shown he can make a little bit of a move. He did that at Belmont. I think this field at 5.5, if he can just sit chilly, if he doesn't have to get under a drive too soon, if he can relax a little bit, I think he makes a run into it to run down the speed. We know how good Linda Rice is here with these condition claimers in Maryland.
Yep, so I use the horse protectively. You have to respect the connections here of the 7 Major Flirt. All right, we both like the 4. How about the 6 here? Rip Rap Riley. We both use in our exacto. Jorge Ria is going to ride his 3-year-old son of Frisian Fire, a homebred for Hickory Ridge Farm and trainer Ferris Allen. And this horse getting a little drop today. He had a nice maiden score last February. Then we tried allowance, ran okay against allowance. Ran behind Wendell Fogg in that allowance race, and then an okay 4th against starter allowance late March. They gave him a little time off. They tried the turf coming off the layoff. Didn't like the turf. Now second off the that brief freshening. We take a drop in class. I think this will be a good level today for the 6 Rip Rap Riley.
A little mild move, 2 back into a very quick horse, Fearless Turf for Claudio Gonzalez. Maybe a little bit of a give up. Down to 16, you've got a Maryland bred still with conditions ahead of him. He's going to have to work a little bit to get it done in here. Class drop helps him. I think the 3 King Darius for a trainer. We don't see a whole lot. The Gustavo Chacon might have had a horse over at Pimlico, but came back off of a lengthy layoff to win big. Good speed from the outside at Parks, a big gaudy field, and was able to draw off. Now, granted, that was a sloppy surface. Can he come back and run on a fast track? I think he can. Not protected today. Did use the waiver off of the layoff, but I think King Darius' positional speed inside works out. But man, they're going to be going quick early. Zitarosa just might be the fastest through the opening quarter, but he's going to have to work to get it.
Well, how about the 5 Bay of Rock? So we're not going to get the 10-1 with the 3 scratches in here. Probably be about maybe 5, 6-1 after the scratches. But Bay Rock showed some versatility last out. They rated the horse, and they took him off the pace, and he ran big coming off the pace for a good second. So maybe that's what Jason Smith and Toledo do with the 5 today. Bay Rocks, they try to take off the early speed and make a late run.
That clearly should be the plan for that horse.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so a tricky little first leg of the Stronach 5. Let's rip through the last 2 here. Race 9 is going to kick off the late daily double on the main track. 6 furlongs, maiden claiming 25,000. 3 and up. We both have the 1 on top here. Yeah, big scratch for the 3, Bourbon and Ice for Mark Reed. So the 1, Big Boots, takes a drop in class today for Claudio Gonzalez. Raul Mena looking for his first win this summer meet. He has a real good shot here on the favorite for one of our leading trainers here, Claudio, with the 1, Big Boots.
Yeah, I think they're pretty happy with the scratch of the 3 because the 3 was going to bring some speed and was going to be able to kind of maybe force the hand of Big Boots. Now, he's drawn inside. I think he's just, of the horses that have run, he's clearly the quickest. So Raul Mena, the best thing to do is just go ahead if he comes out cleanly. Be aggressive. Go ahead and get the lead. I think he controlled it, unless his first or for Delacour or the other one for Tony Aguirre, the 8-Bolt Hunter, really have a ton of early speed. I think it's going to be Big Boots' race to lose on the front end.
All right, so we both have the 1 on top there in race 9. We're running out of time here. We have a lot to talk about here. Race 10's a big field. Race 10 to wrap up the card. Hopefully your live and your will pays in the late pick 5s and the rainbow pick 6. Race 10's leg D and the Stronach 5 are going a mile on the bowl game turf course. Rail 17 feet, 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. And everyone 2 is the condition. Let's start with the 8. You have the 8 on top here. We have a video spotlight of Seville Barbara. Here's the race July 12th against Allowance Company right here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, against my brother's Ledge, and an all-out battle from the get-go was Seville Barbara. Now, this was first time in Lasix. They had originally had this horse in for a tag with the first Lasix. Scratched out of that race, went to a little tougher race, and boy, did he show up. Look at this gritty effort all the way from start to finish. Seville Barbara just going to fall short by a neck. He draws outside of what I think of one of the key other speeds in Jag. Second time Lasix for me, proven to handle a distance of ground, shortens up a little bit in here. I think he's a major player. Second time Lasix for Tim Woolley in getting Toledo today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he gets a real nice trip as well. So I use him in my exacta, but the 2 Maryland Pride's been in very good form for trainer Jeff Runkle. Sheldon Russell rides this 5-year-old son of hard spun, bred by Sagamore Farm. Just missed at this level last out late June right here at Laurel Park. A good 3rd at Pimlico coming off the layoff. So this will be 3rd off the layoff today for the 2 Maryland Pride. He's fired a couple 77 buyers so far this year as a 5-year-old. Russell should get a nice ground-saving trip on the inside. He should be locked and loaded turning for home here on the 2 Maryland Pride. Just needs to find a clear running seam, a clear running lane turning for home.
I mean, he's the legit closer in here. When you look in the rearview mirror at the 8th pole, you're going to see Maryland Pride coming. No knock against Bogacci. Gets maybe a more experienced turf rider in Sheldon Russell. Knows his turf course well. He'll work out a trip here today. I know Sheldon is hoping gets the Seville Barber, Jag, maybe things heat up a little bit on the front end, but he hasn't needed a ton of pace flow to get that run though in the past. He's a major player at a short price.
All right, so it looks like we like the same 4 horses there in race 10. A nice starter allowance going a mile on the bowl game to wrap things up today. A big 10-race card. That Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 5. That carryover is over $13,500. The Stronach 5 with that guarantee, $100,000 pool. Stronach 5 starts in race 8 right here at Laurel Park. There's the lineup once again. You can study our tickets, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, also nice press release from yesterday. We talked about the Kelly Rubley and Trevor McCarthy. How about the American Pharaoh first-time starter yesterday for Graham Motion, paying $12.
Yeah, that was King of Egypt, right? He just
King
sat
of
outside and kind of edged away. King of Egypt, and boy, what a good-looking horse he was coming back to the paddock. Checked him out. I think he'll stretch out as well.
You can read more about him. Nice press release went out yesterday. laurelpark.com. Check that out. That's it. We're out of time. Dave Robbins coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.